Things are heating up in 4S Ranch. Like I always say, stick around with me till the end and I will explain what I'm talking about. Today is May 7th, 2024, and this is a 4S Ranch real estate update. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know where you're watching from and what you'd like to see me talk about next. A zip code, a neighborhood, whatever you'd like, we'll do it. So let's get right into it. Looking at 4S Ranch here. Why do I say things are heating up? Because unlike a lot of zip codes that we've been looking at in the past couple of weeks, more pending than active in 4S Ranch, very hot. And so 11 active, 15 pending, and 11 sold in the past 30 days. So there are 4 more pending than have sold in the last 30 days. It's a fairly small zip code in terms of the number of homes. So these numbers may not look as big as a zip code like Mira Mesa, but to have more pending than active and more pending than sold in the last 30 days is representative of a pretty strong seller's market in 4S Ranch. So looking at the actives, there are 11. A couple of these condos in the Summit. This one's been on for a while. We've come back and revisited that one a couple times. The Summit is a condo complex that is an apartment conversion. It's sort of within 4S Ranch, but really wasn't part of the new construction that went on in 4S back in 2003, 4, 5 era. Those apartments were already there and sort of got assimilated into 4S Ranch. Anyway, everything else aside from a couple are short on the market time. And then looking at the pendings, wow, look at the market time on some of these. One, again, in the Summit, those take a little longer. It's kind of a giant complex. It's a bit of, I don't want to say it's a maze, but there are a lot of buildings and it can be difficult to find your way around, and then stairs and everything else. It's not for everybody. However, a great entry point in terms of price into a community like 4S Ranch. I mean, $625 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's nothing to sneeze at. Anyway, looking at the market times on these, super short. Price it well if you want to sell. That's what all this is about. And a lot of these are selling over asking price, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then looking at the 11 sold, again, one with a longer market time, the rest very, very short. So let's flip over to the InfoSparks graphic and take a look at the longer term trends here. Now, yesterday, I believe we were down in Mira Mesa looking at a very median priced neighborhood. The Mira Mesa median price graph was like mirroring San Diego County. Now look at 4S Ranch, definitely an above median community. Back in January of 2021, the median was 1.477500. So that's a pretty high median, and it went up from there. January of 2022, it was at 2.3. Now we have these spikes into the over 2 million here and then here. Sometimes there's one big property because there are some more expensive homes, and when you have only 11 or 15 or 20 or whatever it is closing every month, it can create some jaggedness in the data. But if you look here, here in May of 22, it was 2.2 million, and then 2.088, and then in January of 23, 2.155, 2.375 in November of 23, and then way up here in January of 24, and then way back down. But look where it is again, March of 2024, 2.225. So the median seems to be holding really, if you draw a trend line, the median is holding pretty nicely above 2.1, 2.2 million in 4S Ranch, down slightly to 2.1 in April. We'll see what happens next month. Now, looking at the percent of closed price to original list price. Again, there's 100% right there. So anything above the line is going to be full price plus. And like everywhere else, look at what happened in March of 2022, 114.5% above list price, original list price on average. So, I mean, that's incredible. Sellers were getting almost 15% on average over list. And, then of course, like everywhere else, once rates spike all the way down to 86.9, man, would that have been the month. August 2022, October 2022, December 2022, to buy a property or to really get below asking price in 4S Ranch, 86.9, 89.4, way down there like a lot of other zip codes. And then as inventory dried up and things improved, we're back above 100% again, where we mostly have stayed since March of 23, a couple of dips back below, but not too many. And then where we are now at 106.9. And I say this again and again, and I say this for sellers, because when you're looking at a strong seller's market, it is right now. You're at an average of 106.9 over list, but look where you were in March of 2022, 114.5 over, 14.5 over list. Now we're averaging 7%, which is still really, really good when your median is around 2.2 million. So still a strong seller's market, although buyers are just not as exuberant and willing to just throw all the money at it because the money is more expensive now. You're talking about 7+% as compared to 3%-ish back in the middle of 2022. So anyway, market time, very, very low right now, 12 days on average, couple of spikes, but of course those are spurious a bit. And then, going all the way back here, 15 days. So really on average, or, over time here, market times in 4S Ranch, relatively low. The highest one we have is 89 days for an average market time. And that must have been one property that just really sat for a long time. But again, with the trend line, you're looking, 7 days, 10 days, 12 days on average, not very long. So price it well if you want to sell, and it will sell pretty quickly on average in 4S Ranch, and likely for more than you're asking if you do it right. And if you want to do it right, give us a call. We'll tell you how. So that's what's happening in 4S Ranch. If you like what you're seeing, like what you're hearing, like, share, subscribe, and comment. We will be back later this week with some San Diego market watch for you, and probably some other stuff too. So stay tuned. We love your comments, so keep them coming, and we will talk to you soon.